after the powers that be, the PTV, the industry, whatever you want to call them, once they're done with Diddy, right? And this is going to be going on for some time, but once, I guess you can say the public humiliation, basically after the major documentaries come out, right? After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
Y'all, so it looks like things are heating up in the Carter household because word on the street is that Beyonce and Jay-Z are finito. They are headed for divorce. Can you even imagine the streets are saying that things have been tense between them for a hot minute and they have been separate for a... Well, but they've chosen to keep it private and keep up the appearance of a healthy marriage. But it looks like Queenie might be making some heavy moves to protect herself because word on the streets is that Jay-Z is allegedly being lined up by the Hollywood elites to get exposed like his bestie Diddy. I mean, we've all already seen that happen for his former Rock Nation artist Mia, who came out to expose his connection to the Bronfman family, who have been linked to some very shady practices, it looks. Like Jay-Z might be crashing and burning and Beyonce is not about to crash with him, so she is allegedly dumping him and saving herself. Well, come on in the room because it's tea time. It's absolutely crap. Zai?
It's got to be the worst day of the history. Jay-Z and Beyonce are getting a divorce. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Beyonce and Jay-Z are getting a divorce. Is she crazy? I would never leave that man for no $1 billion. I don't give a damn what the hell he did. Is she crazy?
Okay, so y'all go ahead and have a seat because reports have it that Beyonce and Jay's are allegedly heading to divorce court because Beyonce is reportedly done with the marriage she wants out. This is very surprising though, considering that Jay-Z centered his entire Grammy speech around Beyonce and how the Recording Academy has been doing her dirty for her entire solo career. Well, Beyonce has been nominated 4 times for Album of the Year, which is the biggest Grammy award she's never won. There were high hopes that she was going to win last year for Renaissance, but unfortunately she didn't win. Hairstyles won for his Harry's House album, and he got dragged for Filth 4 because fans felt like Renaissance was the better album. Yo, Jay-Z was so upset about it that he gave an interview on Tidal now. Tidal is Jay-Z's brand, so him giving the interview just shows how badly he wanted that word to get out. He made some solid points about why Beyonce deserved to win Album of the Year, saying, "Look what it's done to the culture. Look how the energy of the world moved. They played a whole album in the club. Every remix is amazing. Everyone's inspired. It has inspired the world. It's inspiring creativity when it just inspires creativity. That's an album that has to be Album of the Year. Has to be, but he didn't slam the Grammys for being biased toward Beyonce, saying the truth is, we grew up wanting to be on the Grammys and it was all go. We just want them to get it right. That's what we want. Obviously, it's music and it's all subjective, but you gotta be in the ball bar. That's all we want. We just want them to get it right because we love it so much. We grew up watching Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder won 3 out of 4 years in a row. Yeah, he seemed to be very upset about that last year. But it's been a whole year and people thought that he might have gotten over it already. I mean, Beyonce did become the most awarded artist in the history of the Grammys, so they had something to celebrate. However, Jay-Z was clearly holding a grudge, because when he was honored the Global Icon Award at the Grammys last week, he brought up the issue again and called out the Academy for being biased towards his wife, who he claimed he did not want to embarrass.
It's music and it's opinion-based, but, some things, I don't want to embarrass this young lady, but she has more Grammys than everyone and never won Album of the Year. So even by your own metrics, that doesn't work. Think about that. The most Grammys, never won Album of the Year. That doesn't work.
No, fans definitely had some mixed feelings about this because a lot of people felt like Jay-Z was being greedy by complaining about Bey not having Album of the Year when she already has 32 Grammys, way more than anybody in history. Some people felt like he should be grateful for what Beyonce has managed to achieve instead of crying about what she hadn't achieved. But on the other hand, there were a lot of people who found it very sweet that Jay-Z would stand up for his wife like that. I mean, the fact that he was speaking up for her more than a year later showed that he truly cared about her and the things that mattered to her. Plus the fact that he chose to focus on her instead of himself during his moment to shine. It was very sweet to see. However, As it turns out, there might have been another reason for Jay-Z speaking up for her, because the streets are saying that it was a last-ditch effort for him to win Beyonce back, because allegedly they have been separated for a while now. Allegedly they have been living separated, and they've chosen to put up a front in public as a married couple. You know, kind of like Will and Jada Smith have been doing since 2016 before Jada made the announcement last year. Now, this claim was made by blogger Storm Rowe, who claimed to have some insider details about this, claiming that the powerful couple might be heading for divorce because Beyonce allegedly plans to take the separation forward and divorce Jay.
The powers that be, the PTB, the industry, whatever you want to call them, once they're done with Diddy, right? And this is going to be going on for some time, but once, I guess you can say, the public humiliation, basically after the major documentaries come out, right? After they are done with Diddy, Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
Now, while some members of the Beehive are happy to hear about this because they've been begging Beyonce to dump Jay-Z for years and move on with her life now, even if the Beehive has been asking Beyonce for years to leave him, it all got worse after she revealed that he admitted to cheating on her with a woman known as Becky with the good hair, but Beyonce chose to stick by her man and S beside him through all that, but only for her to now file for divorce. Yeah, there's something going on here, cause she has stuck with them through thick and thin. I mean, for years. She has had to deal with people talking about their age difference and how he could have manipulated her into the marriage. Whenever people dive into Beyonce and Jay's relationship, one thing that always pops up is their pretty big age difference. Beyonce, born December 4, 1981, is 42 now. Jay-Z, who was born in 1969 and is 133 years older, making him a whopping 53, while a 13-year age gap isn't exactly unheard of in many relationships. The two is that they first crossed paths when Beyonce was 18 years old and Jay-Z was a seasoned 31. While now, when you're both in your 40s and up in the age gap, might not raise too many eyebrows, but an 18-year-old being with a 30-year-old is a little bit weird. What makes it even weirder is how Jay-Z describes their first encounter in his 2018 track on the Carter Everything Is Love of 713, where he said, "We played it cool at the pool of Cancun V. I may confidence you big zoo, makes the fool stay away me. I played the room. Let the fools had they say, fate had me sitting next to you on the plane. And I knew straight away now this whole age gap saga hasn't escaped the scrutiny of fans on the online chatter. Some folks have been wondering if Jay-Z might have overstepped some boundaries when he made move on B back then, because she was still a teenager. This became a hot topic, sparking debates, amazing questions about how it all went down. Well, let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? They started dating in 2001, but they kept things hush-hush until 2004, when they finally stepped out together at the 2004 AMTV Video Music Awards. By then, they had already dropped a couple of tracks as a duo like Crazy in Love, which won them Grammy in 2004. While the music was making waves and selling smoothly, the love story was not that smooth. Rumors swirled that Jay-Z was playing the field with other women at the beginning of their real relationship, cheating on Beyonce. It was one of those on-again, off-again saga. So that had everybody guessing. Beyonce even hinted at the drama in her 2006 song Resentment, where she said, "Loving you is easy once upon a time, but now my suspicions of you have multiplied, and it's all because you lied." Yeah, that was a pretty clear sign that things weren't all sunshine and rainbows, but later on in the song, she laid it out plainly and said, "I know she was attractive, but I was here first, been riding with you for 6 whole years." Translation: there were definitely some infidelity U.S. brooming in the early days of B and Jay's romance, but they were powered through. Back in 2008, Beyonce and Jay-Z decided to take the plunge and tie the knot in a ceremony right in Jay-Z's penthouse.